Today is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, and welcome to SBA Today. Tanya, what are we talking about today?
We are talking, the SBA shared there are challenges they're facing this year. Imagine that. New criminal justice rule is in effect as of May 30th, and SBA is working on the new 413. So those are kind of the new ones. And you know what? I know Paul's fixing to share a story, and I want to tell you guys in advance, he sent the fact that he's going to share a story today and told me he wasn't going to tell me what it was. And so he is making sure that I have some reaction here. Right? So I have no idea what's coming down the line. Not fair. You're mean.
Before I share my story, I got to share a small little story before the story. Oh. So I went to a Mariners game with my family this weekend. And every single time they do a strikeout, they did the pew, 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 the same sound that the BDO show does all the time.
Wait. I want to hear you do it again.
Pew, 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 pew. Sorry, I'm not as good. But every single strikeout, they were playing that. And I was thinking the BDO show, every single time for 9 innings. I just thought that was funny. I had to share. So to our friends at the BDO show.
That would not be the BDO doing a strikeout because I like the BDO show. So I think
absolutely the air horn.
Around. Exactly. Do an air horn for BDO show.
That's right. So as Madison gets this set up, and just to give you some context, I work with a business broker out of Bend, Oregon. Her name is Cole Conroy. And she's with a group called the Obesity Group. And sorry, maybe I've butchered that. But not only is she an amazing business broker, but she's also a rapper. And she is so creative that, you know that song, Baby Got Back?
Yeah.
Which, yes, we all know that song. She turned it into her own. And this is how bold she is. Well, first of all, I was considering rapping it, okay, which I chose not to do. And for that, you're welcome, Tanya, and the audience. Please.
Come on, man.
But
I think you should.
Cole agreed to do it.
Okay. All right.
I want it's a minute long and it's good. It's very, very good. So, so let's go ahead and hear it.
Oh my God. Equity. Look at that deal. It is so big. Ugh. It looks like one of those IPO guys deals. But you know, who understands those IPO guys? They only talk to her because she looks like she's got serious cash flow. Okay? I mean, her deal. It's just so big. I can't believe it's just so leveraged. It's like way too risky. Look, it's just so liquid. I like big businesses, and I cannot lie. You other brokers can't deny when a prophet walks in with an ample scale and evaluation set to prevail, you get sprung. Want to pull up tough because you notice that SC was tough. Deep in the spreadsheet that's glaring. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, you want to get rich and take your financial picture. My peers tried to warn me, but the ROI you got makes me so money. I'm tired of magazines saying small caps are the thing. Take the average broker and ask him that. You gotta pack much cash. So, fellas, yeah. Is your brokerage got the coal? Hell yeah. Time to rake that healthy stack. Baby got bank.
Baby got bank.
There is no broker out there.
That was great.
I am so impressed. This all started, by the way, with a LinkedIn post. She posts the words on the LinkedIn, and I'm like,
oh my,
SBA Today, we got to do this. And so after talking with her and everything, and she's like, okay, I'll do it. So Cole, thank you very much. Awesome.
That was awesome.
Have them reach out to you. Cole Conroy, she's in Bend, Oregon, with the Obesity Group. Yeah, well done.
I think she missed her calling, though. I think she's supposed to be up on stage somewhere rapping.
was awesome. So
Great
I
job.
had to share that because I couldn't think of a better one than that.
And I understand now why you didn't want me to hear that in advance. Yeah. I know you. You love freaking seeing these dang facial expressions.
I really do. I really enjoy that.
Awesome.
Well, let's
What's
get
next,
into the
Paul?
news. So the Inspector General published their spring 2024 semi-annual report to Congress, sharing what some of their challenges are. Well, I mean, from my perspective, I don't think the SBA is having any challenges at all. I think everything's going pretty smooth. However, they think that there's a few things that they can work on. And I'm not going to tell you all of them because they don't always apply to us SBA lenders. But the number one challenge is economic relief programs are susceptible to significant fraud risks and vulnerabilities. Well, we kind of know that, right? That's the 4363 and all the other little things that we're doing. Another one is SBA faces challenges in IT investments, system development, and security controls. I'm just going to leave that one as is. That one's a little scary for me. SBA risk management and oversight practices need to be improved to ensure integrity of the program. Right. Okay, I'll buy that, get that. And of course, the disaster assistance programs must balance priorities to delivering prompt assistance. Makes sense, right? So those were not ranked in any sort of importance of order. But man, Congress really didn't provide the appropriations from the fiscal year. They didn't receive that. So they're already 13% less than the 240 positions that they have been authorized by the budget. So they're kind of down people. And they do estimate that there is over, ready for this number, 200 billion
ouch
in potentially fraudulent COVID-19 idle fraud. 200 billion. I guess that's why the 4363 was created.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and obviously, it's obviously a big government program. There's a lot of things that can then move, and I hope that they do work through that and get the people hired in order to do that. But I thought that was a very interesting report.
It's a lot of money that's coming out of everybody's pocket, which, I mean, do you remember back when that all came out, Paul? We all said the same thing. Man, this is just open to so many people creating fraud. And you can do what you can do. The problem lied, whatever, in trying to get the funds to people quickly. And I mean, I'm not surprised this is coming down the line at this point. I am surprised at that number, and that really sucks. And I am surprised at the fact of so many people that actually committed it. I don't know. I have a moral thing against those who
just be a handful.
Yeah, I mean, and there were many on the small side. Now I know there were like a lot that still were making money, just the smaller ones, like the people that get commission only or whatever, that still were, but then they took it, even though, potentially didn't need it, as well as all the big companies. So it's really unfortunate, but
I would agree.
We all are going to pay for it as per the usual, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, next up on the agenda is the criminal justice system, or criminal justice finally got the new final rule out for the surety bond guarantee, disaster loan program, blah, 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 regarding, oh gosh, I'm losing my words. Anyway, I'll move on.
Criminal.
Criminal justice. Thank you. I'm like, where did that word go? Anyway, they reviewed it, and one of the things that I found kind of interesting. Well, actually, let me just read it to you first, because it went into effect May 30th. As a result of the rule, SBA will be revising the 7A loan program's application form. Got it? Okay. SBA form 1919, page 2, question 4. A positive response will still continue to render the applicant eligible. And because this is a regulatory prohibition, there is no opportunity for an exception or waiver. Now, that's for right now until they get the new form to us, right? The revised question will ask, is the applicant or any associate of the applicant currently incarcerated, serving a sentence of imprisonment imposed upon adjudication of guilty, or is under indictment for a felony or any crime involving or relating to financial misconduct or a false statement. If yes, the applicant is ineligible. Now, I wanted to kind of go back to, because the one thing I noticed in that is the associate. And I think many people aren't going to know what exactly does associate mean.
That's a great point.
I was kind of wondering, I'm like, that could be, my friend down the street. That's an associate of mine, right? Is that what it means? It does not. Anyway, an associate is, an officer, director, key employee, or holder of 20% or more of the value of the ILP, intermediary, or its debt instruments, or an agent involved in the loan process, any entity in which one or more individuals referred to in the first, close relative, individual owns or controls at least 20% or more. Anyway, officer, director, owner. Well, the key employee, I think many people are going to forget that the key employee could be one as well. So if there's somebody that's got significant either oversight and or is in the business heavily and the business relies on them, it includes them. Now, I'm glad for this because personally, I think somebody that has been incarcerated at some point, they get out, they should not for the rest of their lives have to pay for whatever it is that they did, right?
Yep.
So I do like that fact. I do like that they took away some of the things as far as, where was it? If you hadn't been, right? Mm-hmm. If you hadn't been convicted, right? Didn't they take that away? I think that's part of it as well. Anyway, I think it's great. What do you think?
I think I still think there's 5 C's of credit for a reason.
Oh yeah, we're still
in my opinion. What you possibly were in jail for and how long ago, in my opinion, does reflect character.
Moral turpitude.
Correct. And I'm glad that the SBA is taking this approach, because then it can be left to the lender to make the decision. If you're in jail for financial fraud,
right?
In my opinion, I'll put on my underwriter hat, you ain't getting a loan ever. Sorry. Other things, there could be reasons, there could be oopsies. I was young, whatever the case thing. That's my thing.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because look at Ray.
Oh my Lord.
Hey, we are not going political, buddy. Nice.
Yeah, we're not going political, and
not happening.
He's in your backyard. You deal with it.
What is crazy though is, I did have one come through one time, and they had grand theft auto. They were 18 years old when they did it, young and dumb, as happens, right? That is not financial. That is not. It is kind of moral, but it's not moral as in like
you're dumb at that age.
Someone or there's some bigger things out there that are going to be moral issues. That one, it's like, come on, man. 18 years old, they're now 40 something. You can't keep
that
doing
should
that
not haunt them for the rest of their life.
Yeah. So that one I think is great. So
a DUI, those type of things.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're indicted, but you haven't been proven yet. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Sure.
That can happen to almost anybody. I could step out right now and something could happen that I get in trouble in some way, shape, or form. It's not real. And yet, I'm in the system. So I don't know.
True. That's true.
All right.
So
moving on.
Interesting. So another new form. Yay. That's good. And speaking of new forms, to continue that going, the 413 is also going to get an update as well. That'll be going out, and they're going to be just kind of changing it, as well as doing some formatting changes to make it easier to address mandatory government 508 accessibility compliance, which bottom line is it's going to look different. It's going to probably have a few extra questions, but it's not going to really do anything else. But new forms on its way.
I think you need to say that 3 times in a row. Accessibility, compliance, accessibility, compliance, accessibility.
I had a hard enough time saying some words earlier in this podcast.
Do you remember when you were younger? Did you ever do the rubber baby buggy bumper? What is it? Rubber baby buggy bumper when you were young?
No, but okay.
All those tongue twisters. Half of SBA is a tongue twister. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, guys. If you want the news as soon as it breaks, you can join us here on LinkedIn Live and or YouTube and or go to any of the streaming platforms. And we want to make sure that you know that we have other podcasts out there and other family of podcasts, basically, which is the SBA show and the Art of SBA Lending. So go check them out. Awesome. We all get something from all of them and we all have something different to share. So yeah, we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
See you later.
Yeah.